Welcome to Caseback Watches. My name is Tim and I'd like to start the episode with a big thank you to the Hanhart Museum because they've sent in a very special piece. I think I'm not exaggerating when I say that Hanhart had always this fascination a bit beyond, let's say, civilized brands like Junghans. And I think it's not a coincidence that people like Steve McQueen had chosen Hanhart as their favorite watch brand. And in fact, the company worked pretty hard for that reputation. Hanhart was founded 1882 in Germany, and then during the 30s, 40s and 50s they produced chronographs for the military. First for the Luftwaffe of the Wehrmacht, and then later on for the Luftwaffe of the Bundeswehr. There we are in the 50s now. And we have something to clarify here. Often people see this image here and they think, oh, World War II. This is the classic World War II chronograph issued to pilots of the Nazi Luftwaffe. And I thought this too, but it's wrong. The watch which was in use by the Luftwaffe during World War II is this piece here. It's called the Taki Tele. And there you see the famous red pusher as a warning, don't hit that button unwanted. And the Flyback Chronograph 417 ES was introduced in the late 50s for the Bundeswehr, for the Air Force of the Bundeswehr. So we're talking here about German forces after World War II. And this watch is nowadays available in form of a reissue. And so we are in the lucky position that we can compare the old original from the 50s with a modern watch. Okay, and here we are with our watch with the Hanhart 417 ES Flyback Chronograph from the late 50s. So the original, yeah, there it is. There we have it. And I think we should go over the basic specifications and then let's dive deeper. By the way, as always, excuse my hands, I've worked with ink and it's very hard to rub that stuff off. I think we have to live with that, and so let's carry on now. So we have very pleasant numbers here. 39 millimeters is the case diameter, length overall is 47, height is 15, and the lug width is 20, so like a modern watch. We have a plexi crystal. Here you see some scratches. They didn't polish it at the Hanhart Museum. I like that aspect. And here inside you have the legendary caliber 42 in-house caliber from the 50s under a modern, I think, exhibition caseback here. I think normally they delivered this with a steel caseback, but here we can see, we can enjoy this wonderful sight. Wow! And in many cases with vintage watches you have a very advanced movement, but it's slow ticking with 18,000 beats like this one, and it works with only 17 jewels. So large number of jewels are not necessarily a sign of quality. Then we have a steel case, which was seen as a specialty back then. So this ES after the 417 stands for stainless steel, in German Edelstahl. So ES for the steel. Then we have a coin edge bezel with a dominant red marker, 0 clicks, so you can move it just like that in both directions. Bit stiff after all those decades here, but still functional. And then of course we have the legendary dial, black dial with the old Hanhart logo. There you have those 17 jewels, shock protected. Here you have the 30-minute counter and here are the seconds. And one word about the lume. If you look closely, then you may notice that it's a bit brighter on the hands than here. This you see very often because lume on hands has the tendency to break, and then you have crumbles all over the watch dial. And so after some decades, normally they renew the lume on the hands, but not necessarily on the dial. And this is why you have here this difference in color. And there you see it, the hands react different. They are brighter than the numerals. The luminescence on the numerals is dead, but here on the hands it's still active. Okay, and now let's operate it, but one word about the crown first. Looks very modern, right? Very, very modern, because hand winding movement, this means you have to use that crown over and over again, and old vintage crown have the tendencies to be ruined, and so they replace them often with generic modern crowns as this one. This is speculation, but I'm pretty sure that this is true. Okay, hand winding feels good. They wrote me a letter, don't wind it until the end. This can damage this all movement. Be careful, please. And so I leave it there. And now first pusher starts the chronograph. There you go. And of course the speciality now is that you can reset it and it starts again. You don't have to stop it and then reset it. You can just make boom and it goes again. But of course if you want to use it the normal way, then you can stop it like this. There it goes again. Stop it like that and then reset it. By the way, right now I'm wearing the Laurier Neptune version 3. I saw it on a forum. I just bought it because I love this style here, and I put it on one of my straps. I know it's a crazy combo, diver on a leather strap, but I like both components, and so I thought let's do it. And I really like this look here. And there you have it. There you have it on my 17 centimeter wrist, and you see it's relatively high, but it has wrist presence, looks absolutely great and authentic, and wow, really like that look. What a shame that I have to give it back, right? This together with a leather jacket or jeans, my God, nice look. And now let's unbox the modern watch, the modern one. Here we have the outer box. Inner box with a Hanhart logo, founded 1882. And here we have a watch roll, very interesting, a watch roll made of leather, then some accessories here, not so important right now. Black leather, smells a bit, a bit like a chemical product, to be honest. There is our watch. Let's zoom in, and there we are with a modern piece. And you can see that it's pretty close to the original. Nice job, really, really well done. Look at that, this really looks great. And here, of course, the modern watch really shines, but delivers all the ingredients from the historic one. Very nice, very, very nice combo here. We see some small differences, shockproof. Here are 2 lines, only 1 line. The bezel form is a bit different. Slightly different, crowns are different, pushers are a bit different, but case form is pretty spot on, and the entire attitude of the watch here is there. Here you have more room for the numerals because the numerals are the same size, but this is bigger, that watch, and you can see around the sub-dials there. Here is a little bit more room for the numerals. Very nice. Well done. Well done. Okay, let's go over the basics. Let's go over the specifications of this modern watch. Here we have a case diameter of 42 millimeters, length is 50, height is 13, so it's a bit thinner than the original, and lug width is 21. We all love 21 lug widths, right? And with modern components it goes on. We have here a sapphire crystal. The watch is waterproof up to 100 meters. This watch I think is by no means waterproof. We have the same bezel action, so that means no clicks. You can just use it like that. Let's put it that way. And it comes on this Flieger type watch strap. The Bund strap they call it sometimes, with a Hanhart logo. Very nice, looks pretty decent I must say. But let's put it away 1 second so that we can see the case back of the watch. There we are. And here you see Hanhart hergestellt in Deutschland means made in Germany. Handaufzug means hand winding, 10 atmospheres, reference number, yeah. And inside is a Sellita movement, the Sellita SW510M hand winding. This is a bit of a downer because people expect there, of course, in-house caliber made by Hanhart with a flyback function. But I think this was impossible because this watch retails at 1,700 euros. Those are roughly 1,800 US dollars, and this for a full-blown flyback chronograph in-house caliber I think is impossible. So they put a Sellita movement inside. I mean, it's a very good movement, 58 hours power reserve and very reliable and nice to operate. Feels creamy and buttery. Let's give it a little bit more power. And then you can start it like a modern chronograph. Of course, this feels really precise and makes this nice knack, but you cannot reset it like that, right? You have to stop it and then bam, there you are. Here it is on the wrist. You see it's way bigger than the older one, 42 millimeters. a little bit flatter so I can wear it with that bond strap here comfortably. But it has massive presence on the wrist. For a Flieger watch, I mean, Flieger watches can be big. I think we all can agree to that. And this is just a badass and really, really interesting and exciting look here. And here you see a loom shot of the modern watch and of course massive impact here. Okay, welcome back. On Instagram, by the way, people asked me, wasn't there an announcement by Hanhart that a smaller version of that 417 should be available right now? And I've spoken to Hanhart and they said, yes, it was scheduled actually for October, but then I don't know what happens, but something went wrong, I think. And now this watch will be available this year a bit later, but when I have a confirmation, I will tell you. And now allow me a few words about the Caseback online store. Guys, thank you very much for your support. The first days were great. I had several orders to fulfill. It was pretty challenging, to be honest, to handle all those documents with customers and everything. Speaking of customs and shipping, the Zelos Marco from the last giveaway finally has arrived its destination. Ian from New Zealand and I were close to panic because shipping took 6 weeks. But now it's there. Ian is happy. Caseback is relieved. But now everything works, the shop is in full swing, and so you can check out casebackwatches.com for fine leather products as this nice strap here. And by the way, very sorry for the lack of greeting cards. I ordered some because the plan was to add a nice handwritten greeting card to every order. But then the printing company delivered something you could add to a metal t-shirt, but not to a nice leather product. But despite those little issues, I'm very satisfied and glad that the shop is in place now because it secures the independency of Caseback Watches. I'm not in danger to agree to some slimy brand deals, which I despise. They are as pleasant as an unwanted insect in the room. Go away, slimy brand deal, go away. Okay, and that's all for this video. Dear viewer, thank you very much for your support and thank you very much for your attention, and until next time.